Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. I guess I should say good afternoon now. It's already 1:03 where I am today in Mountain Time in the U.S. Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you who celebrate. Woohoo! So, coming at you with predictions. We are doing predictions today for Friday, November the 24th. For a lot of us here, this is a 4-day weekend. Yay! Not for me, but for a lot of you, and I'm happy for you. Okay, so let's start with Aries. Aries, Friday, November the 24th. What do we have coming in for you guys? Aries, I feel like your day is boxed in. I got a similar message for Scorpio recently, but I feel like there are plans for your day. Things have an order, they have a routine. There is an itinerary for your day on Friday, Aries. So I hope that you're feeling up to keeping that itinerary. For some of you, it's going to be a fun one. For others of you, this is kind of like grit your teeth and make it through it. For a lot of us here in the US, that means that some of you are going to be dealing with families that you normally don't deal with all the time. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes breathing too much of the same air can be kind of hard on people. So that may be a little bit of what's going on. But like I said, I don't feel like that's all of you. I feel like for a lot of you, this itinerary of the day is actually a fun one that you're going to really enjoy. So there we go, Aries. Dee Dee, Ryan, happy Thanksgiving, my dear. Glad to see you in the room. Gemma Croft Baker, happy Thanksgiving to you too. Glad to see you here. And look, you have good timing again. I haven't done Gemini yet. All right, Taurus, Friday, November the 24th. What do we have coming up for you guys? Taurus, Friday seems like it's a really reflective day for you. You're considering some things and mulling some things over. I think that there have been some interactions with people, maybe the day before, maybe Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, that have you questioning your perspectives and questioning the way you've been viewing things and sort of looking at things from a slightly different perspective and considering what that would be like if you actually shifted your opinion in that direction. You're at least thinking about the possibility that maybe a different perspective would be good and sort of looking at all the repercussions that that would have if you were to believe that way. Ouch. Taurus. My lemon water is too hot. Avalon 8852. Hello, hello. Welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you today? Gemini, Gemini. What do we have going on for you the day after Thanksgiving? Friday, November the 24th. Geminis, I feel like you are feeling pretty relaxed Friday, and I feel like you're feeling very grounded on Friday. So relaxed and really enjoying foods or just really enjoying the tangible things in life on Friday. You know, maybe you are going to places that are like nicer than your home, that are a step up from where you normally hang out, or maybe you're just really enjoying, if you're so lucky to be in the South or near a beach and you would want to have temperatures where you would want to be on the beach, maybe you're enjoying the beach. Maybe some of you are enjoying skiing, but enjoying some very tangible, very physical stuff and just having a very relaxed day. I'm feeling like there's not really a schedule. You guys are just pretty chill. Some of you may be imbibing in a little relaxation enhancement, if you know what I mean. Not that I probably make a good imitation of a smoker since I don't smoke, but anyway, I'm sure you guys get the picture. Hello there to all of you wonderful people who have stepped in and haven't said hi yet. We are glad you're here. Feel free to let us know that you are. For those of you who have not done it yet, I always think it's more fun to catch a live broadcast while it's still live. So if you would be so kind as to share this around so that people can come in and catch it while it's still going, that would be great. Thank you. Okay, let's look at Cancer for November the 24th, Friday. What do I have showing up for Cancers? Cancers, I'm getting a vision of you guys like pulling the shade. And when I say pulling the shade, I don't mean you're just kind of like pulling the shade down. I mean you are pulling the shade. You have decided that you have shared enough information with enough people, and now it is time for you to go back into normal privacy protocol for you. So Cancers, you may actually want to be isolated on Friday, or you may just have decided you have spoken too much and it's time to just zip the lips, but definitely going for more privacy for yourself on Friday, Cancers. Demetria, hello, hello. Glad to see you in the room, my dear. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, yes. Happy Thanksgiving. Leo, Friday, November the 24th. Day after Thanksgiving. What do we have for you guys? La-di-di-da-da, la-di-di-da. Leos, I think there's something going on that you're really excited about. I'm actually hearing leaping Leos, and I'm seeing Tigger-like images for you guys. So you may be jumping up and down with joy. You may be bouncing off the walls with happiness. Maybe you just had way too much sugar. I don't know. No, I don't think you had way too much sugar. There is something that you're really happy about. So happy that you're having a hard time actually like controlling yourself, Leos. So not really sure what kind of news that would be for you that you're getting that's putting you over the top. For a few of you, I feel like this could be that you are proposed to on Thanksgiving or the day after. But of course, it's not going to be all Leos. All Leos are not going to be proposed to on a particular day. But there is some kind of good news, something that's making you really, really happy, happy, happy. Glad to see that for you, Leos. Brenda Luna, happy Thanksgiving for you too, my dear. Glad to see you here today. Namaste. Virgos, Friday, November the 24th. What do we have showing up for you guys? Focusing on happy, Virgos. And I'm hearing that for some of you, it might be a struggle. So Virgos, you are trying to focus on happiness on Friday, and it seems like there are some things that are showing up, or actually maybe some people who are sort of in your sphere of influence who are trying to draw your focus away from happiness. Maybe they don't know that it's your goal to focus on happiness. Maybe they're just not good at it themselves. I don't know. But they're really trying to. Well, I don't know if it's intentional, but they're definitely in your space, pulling your attention away from things that make you happy, kind of onto the opposite sort of things. So it's kind of like one of those things where you have to really pay attention to where you're focusing and direct where you're focusing and not pay so much attention to the negative stuff. Obviously, if you have somebody around you like that, that just continues to focus on the negative stuff, it's always easier if you can help them, gently nudge them to focus on some more positive stuff. That can be helpful. And sometimes it's just helpful to sort of tune out. I know that sounds rude, but if you're focusing on happiness, sometimes when people can't be there, that's kind of what we have to do. Okay, let's look at Libra. Libra. November the 24th, Friday. What's coming in here for Libra? I'm hearing steadiness and calmness. I'm also being drawn to look at my Apaches here on my desk in front of me. I think you guys are going to be either doing some healing work or doing some kind of protective work at an energetic level. A lot of times if we're doing protective work at an energetic level, that may be impacting what we're doing physically as well. So we may not be opening up as much as what we would normally to other people. We may be doing some very physical, tangible things to protect. I'm being reminded of my mom. My mom has chickens. And at one point there was, I think it was a ferret. Anyway, there was some kind of wild animal that was getting in and getting the chickens. And so my mom had to go through all kinds of things to figure out where this ferret was getting in, because he was pretty darn good at getting in, and figure out how to keep him from getting into the chicken pen. And so there were a lot of protective measures being taken before this ferret was finally halted. And so this is kind of what I'm seeing for you Libras, that on Friday, you're going to be taking some kind of protective measures. And I think that for some of you, this is going to be in the area of finances, where you're going to be sort of planning about something that you want to do, and you're going to be trying to make sure that you can actually honor those plans when the time comes. So you may be stashing some money away. For others of you, this may be more of an emotional self-protectiveness, not opening up as much emotionally. For others of you, this may have to do with work and with making yourself a more valuable employee so that people will keep you there, or making yourself a more valuable vendor so that people won't want to extend contracts with you, that type of thing. Okay, so that's what we have coming up for Libras for Friday. La da 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 da. Scorpio, Scorpio, Friday, November the 24th. Let me see what I'm getting for you guys, for us guys. I'm hearing the word reunion. I'm kind of choking on that word. I'm not so sure I'm happy to hear that word reunion. There's a little bit of personal feeling around this one, guys. Let me just warn you, fellow Scorpios. So this part of the predictions may not be the highest quality ever. Anna M. Lopez, happy Thanksgiving. Glad to see you in here. How are you? So Friday reunion. Actually, for a lot of people, this really doesn't have to be at all what I thought of immediately for myself. But this, for a lot of people, actually, I'm feeling like this has to do with families, and maybe people that you couldn't see on Thanksgiving, you're actually seeing them the day after. You know, sometimes people have situations where once they're married, then they have to go like to the in-laws on Thanksgiving, and then they can come back and see their family like the next day. Something along those lines is what it feels like to me. Like there's some kind of family. For most of us, it's a family type of reunion that we have going on Friday. For some of us, this could be a situation where there's been a separation with a significant other or somebody that we care about deeply, and there may be a reunion coming in there. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Let's move on. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Friday, November the 24th. What do we have showing up for you guys? Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Feel like this is a pretty peaceful, satisfying day to you Sagittarians. So I don't feel like you're doing nothing. I don't feel like you're being couch potatoes. I do feel like you are finding some ways to be useful, and that's where that satisfying part is coming in. Like you're feeling like you're really satisfied with yourself and what you managed to accomplish. And it feels like whatever this is that you managed to accomplish, Sagittarians, has to do with other people and helping them in some way, whether it's advice or whether it's actually helping them with a project or whatever. I feel like the satisfying part is coming in through your interactions with other people, but it's a relaxed, peaceful, calm day for you Sagittarians. Okay, so once again, let me remind everybody, if you have not yet, please share this while it's still live, because it's always more fun to catch a live broadcast while it's live instead of after the fact. And I would like to have as many people as I can in here for Reiki, because I just think Reiki is so wonderful. So, and we'll do Reiki after the last three signs here. Capricorn, what do we have coming in for you guys? Capricorn, November the 24th. Capricorn, I feel like the 24th, at least one of your interactions with somebody is going to be one where you're hearing what they're saying, you're being responsive to what they're saying, and then you're just letting it go right out the next year because you don't agree with them, but you don't want to fight with them and you don't see a necessity to fight with them. And so you're just, I feel like you're what they call active listening. I feel like you're doing some active listening and then shoosh, the idea is gone. That's not a part of my vortex. That's not a part of my aura. As soon as the person walks away, that was nice that they care enough to say something. Just not really in that place. Not going to be doing that. That type of thing. What are those types of interactions? It looks like you're handling it in a very diplomatic manner. And I do feel like this may be an older relative that you're handling in that way. Good morning, Ms. Marcia. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Cindy. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Aquarius, what do we have coming in for you on the 24th, Friday, the day after Thanksgiving? Aquarians, I'm hearing you have a second day of Thanksgiving with lots of leftovers. You may be celebrating Thanksgiving twice. For some of you, I believe that's actually what the case is, going one family to the other family, celebrating Thanksgiving twice. But for others of you, I feel like this is just that you have a lot of freaking leftovers and you're eating your Thanksgiving meal twice. That's kind of like not even really a prediction. Everybody sort of knows that, right? Okay, let's look at Pisces. That's what came in though, guys. We're going to settle for it. Pisces, Pisces. What do we have coming in for you guys? November the 24th, Friday. All I'm hearing is Pisces with a capital P. Uh, I think you're going to be having an interaction on Friday with somebody, Pisces, where they just really don't see your worth or who you are. And I think you're going to be setting them straight. I mean, this is almost like I'm Mrs. Pisces to you type of thing. Pisces with a capital P. You're going to be letting everybody know because I don't feel like you're having the trouble with your self-esteem. I feel like somebody else is having trouble acknowledging you. You're going to set that straight. And I think you're going to do it quickly. You're going to do it as diplomatically as possible, but you're also going to do it in a way that cannot be vetoed or overridden. All right? So that's what we've got for you guys. Okay, so let's do 5 minutes of Reiki. For those of you who are here, this is going to work just as well for you as for those of you who come in later. Okay, so I do set the intention for whatever will benefit you the most. If you have a specific thing that you would like the Reiki to focus on helping you with, you can feel free to adjust that intention, whether you're here or whether you're later, whether you're now or whether you're later. Spirit is not limited by time or space. That's why Reiki works for people who sign in later just as well as it does now. Okay. So as I'm doing the Reiki, if you guys have any comments about anything that you're feeling in your bodies or any kind of thing that's going on with your emotions, feel free to pop it into the chat box and I will help you with what I can about understanding what that might mean for what's being shifted as you are going through the Reiki. And then after that, we'll have about 5 minutes of free-for-all questions for those of you who have questions for me. Let me get the Reiki started. All righty. So 5 minutes of Reiki. For those of you who have pets, don't be too surprised if your pets want to snuggle up with you while the Reiki is coming out. They know what's up. They like it. Usually they like it. I have heard of it freaking one or two out. What the heck is happening here? But usually they like it. Did you guys all have a big meal today? You're being quiet like you've got the chemical that's in the turkey that makes everybody sleepy. You guys are going to make me start singing, aren't you? Things to know about Reiki, since you guys aren't popping anything into the chat box to talk about, and since I don't like to be quiet in a chat room, because that's not what chatting is, we'll just talk about some stuff about Reiki. So Reiki is actually a Japanese word. It means universal life force energy. To me, that's creator energy or creative power. In my little Catholic mind, I kind of translate that into, oh, that must be God energy. So that's the type of energy that's being sent out to do whatever will benefit you the most right now. Reiki helps with anything that you could use help with, actually. I've had clients have great success with emotional stuff, financial stuff, medical stuff, relationship stuff. Really haven't seen anything where the Reiki doesn't do fantastically. I don't know that much about subliminal music, Marcia. I've only tried subliminal music a few times, and what happened is it aggravated me because I was actually trying to work while I was playing it. And I felt like my brain was trying to go two different directions at the same time. And so I think it lasted about 20 minutes and I shut it down. I'm not a big fan of subliminal stuff anyway, because here's the thing. I'm not a super trusting person. I don't necessarily trust that whatever somebody's got in a subliminal message is something that I necessarily want to be feeding into my brain. And since there's no way of monitoring that or finding out what exactly they are feeding into my brain, that makes me a little uncomfortable. David Rollo, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific on that question when it comes time for questions, David. Right now, we're mostly just talking about Reiki. Now, how Reiki differs, your thoughts, Marcia, is Reiki really makes adjustments in your energy, which is more of a spiritual level. And when we have changes in spirit or at a spirit level, what happens is the body comes into alignment with that, and the mind comes into alignment with that. So when something is changed at a spiritual level, then the mind and the body come into alignment with those changes. It's kind of like if you try to change your thoughts, but you don't try to change your thoughts at a spiritual level or make any energy shifts at a spiritual level, eventually your thoughts are going to come back because they're always going to end up coming back into alignment with your spirit. That's why the best thing you can do if you really want to make a significant change is change that at a spiritual level and let your mind and your body line up with that. Oh, no apologies, David Rollo. No worries. Once we get done with Reiki, then that's free for all question time, and you can pretty much ask whatever, but I do ask that the questions be pretty specific because I'm only given like 5 minutes for questions before I take off. So I want them to be pretty specific, things that I can answer pretty quickly without going into a lot of depth or sorting through a lot of layers to get to the bottom line. So, saying, how's my relationship going to be for the next 6 months? That's pretty much off the table for something like this. Is Suzanne going to contact me by the time Next week is over. That's on the table. That's easy peasy, you know. What's going on in our relationship? That's off the table. That's too many layers. You know, will my house sell on the closing date that I think that the closing date is set for? That's an easy one. That's on the table. Specific questions is what I'm looking for here. There's Ms. Lorraine. Hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. How are you today? Okay, so we've got in 5 minutes of Reiki plus, I think, about one. So let's go into questions. David, do you have a specific question? We finish up the Reiki here. Anybody have a specific question? Anybody can ask questions. Marcia, I hope I answered your question for you about the difference between Reiki and subliminal, at least as well as I could, because I don't know that much about subliminal. You guys have had a big dinner, haven't you? No questions? Right, I hear you, Lorraine. I'm the same way. I laid in bed for a while, got up, just chilling. So far, I've had pecan pie. Trying to decide if I want to go to a buffet today or just eat something here at home. Will you have a client for your plot of land this weekend? I'm hearing a yes. Once that shift has been made energetically at a spiritual level, usually not. Usually it's almost instantaneous, Marcia, from what I've seen. Will your apartment sell soon? Define soon, Gemma Croft Baker. Yeah, Froggy, yes. This is question time. Everything is closed here? Yeah, I think the supermarket's open till 4 here, and then the restaurants are pretty much all open on the holidays around here. They know there's a lot of single people that need a place to eat something decent on a holiday. There's a lot of families too, actually, that go to restaurants on a holiday if somebody doesn't want to cook like 2 big meals or whatever. Gemma Croft Baker, define soon. Is soon 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years? What is soon for you, my dear? You're quite welcome, Anna. Even McDonald's is closed for you, or that's terrible. Is your client going to be okay, or is this? Are you asking me if she's going to kick the bucket? Or are you asking me if this is the end of the contract? I'm not going to tell you if she's going to kick the bucket or not. I do have certain parameters. I don't like it, guys, when you ask me if somebody's going to kick the bucket. Won't be telling you that. Okay, the near future is still not defining the future. I want a definition of future. 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. What is near future to you, Gemma? Remember, I want specific questions, not something vague, because spirit is not that in touch with time. If you say the near future, spirit can say yes, and you might be waiting until you're 82 years old. So we got to get specific when we're talking time frames, okay? Yeah, those are the types of questions I really don't like to answer, Froggy. Sorry, honey. Lorraine Southwick, will you see your son in the next 3 days? I'm hearing a yes, honey. I think that you will. I think about a day and a half from now. So Gemma, what's the near future to you, honey? Two to 3 months. Okay. Now I got to remember what your question was. Got so hung up on the future. Will your apartment sell within the next 2 to 3 months? I don't think it looks good, honey. I don't think so. First of all, I'm hearing that holidays are interfering with that. And then also I'm hearing that I'm hearing your buyer isn't ready, whatever that's supposed to mean. Yeah. Yeah, those types of questions, Froggy, people have dragged me into those before. I still don't like doing them. I had a lady one time ask me if she was gonna outlive her mom, and I didn't know her mom was already dead. And so the answer that actually came back was no. Turns out her mom had some certain disease, and this lady who was my client, who I had never met before that day, also had the same disease. And basically what Spirit was trying to say was she wasn't going to live as long as her mom, and her mom had died like a year past my client's age. And so I was really freaked out when I found out the whole story, because I probably wouldn't have answered that question. But she told me that she actually was expecting that. Like, she was already getting those intuitive nudges that she was going to be going soon anyway. So it just kind of confirmed it for her that she wasn't going crazy. My birthday was really good. I actually celebrated the Thursday before my birthday. I went to the zoo, and it was fantastic. You're welcome, Gemma. Sorry it wasn't better news, my dear. All right, so everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. We have hit past 30 minutes, so it's time for me to get out of here and do the next thing. I think I am going to go for a beautiful walk. I have beautiful, beautiful scenery around here. So I'm going to go ahead and go for a walk this afternoon. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your Thanksgiving and your Thanksgiving weekend, and I'll see you all here the next time, probably be tomorrow. There's Natalie. I'm so sorry you came in this late, but welcome and happy Thanksgiving. Peace out, everybody.